Hello and welcome, my name is Amir and this is part 1 of the series Chess with React. In this series we are going to write the game of chess using React, some CSS and some JavaScript. I feel really excited about this course, and if you feel the same, then let's jump right to it. Okay, here I am in my favorite code editor. I have opened a folder called chess and I will install React here. I'm using this dot to install it in the current folder. This might take a few seconds. I will pause the video and come back when the installation is done. Right, everything is working fine. Let's start our app. And here we are. Okay, cool. So, here in my app.js, I will only need to say test for now. Remove the logo from here. Save it, go to index, and I don't want the index CSS. Not this, and none of these, like so. And I can remove all of these files. Cool, and our app should work the same. Yes, we're having the test here. Cool, so at first I would always like to add some CSS variables so that I can work with them along the app. I will define them in the root so they can be used in different CSS files. This is the size of the tiles that we're using. Then I have two other for light colored tiles, like so. This is my light tile, and I have one for the dark tiles as well. And this is for the dark tiles. I have one for the background color. This one is this number. Okay, so let's define a rule for the smaller screens. And the only thing that is going to change is, like, say that this is 50 pixels. Cool, I have my constants. Then I will go to my CSS. I don't need any of these. And I can import that file so it will be used across the app. Like so. Now if I look here, there is a 8 by 8 grid here that I have with 8 rows that we call them ranks in a chess game, and 8 columns that we call files in a chess game. The files are labeled from A to H, and the ranks are called 1 to 8, and 1 and 2 is always for white, and 8 and 7 are always for black. So we need a grid system of 8 by 8, and goes from 8 to 1 in the rows or ranks, and goes from A to H for the columns or files. Right. So let's go here, create a folder called components, and in the components we say that we have a board. Here we have a board.js and a board.css, like so. CSS file, and for now we say that a simple text, and we will export it here. And let's go to app and import it, like so. This should be like this, and we're getting the board here. Next thing is that we need to have a, as I said, 8 by 8 grid. So let's go to the board, and instead of saying anything, we would say that it should return a div, not a div, like so, a div class name of board. I would say that this is a tiles. Yep, we are getting tiles. Okay, so I need to go from 8 to 1 on the ranks, not ranks, but like so. So it will be an array of 8, which is filled with nothing, and we would map each item to, let's say, 8 minus I. So if I is 0, then we get 8, and if I is like 7, which is the last item of this, we would get 1. So this is for the ranks, and for the files, we would like to go from 1 or A to H. So for now, let's just get I to see that, then we will convert this to a character. Then here we would say ranks.map, and map each rank and in the index of I, files.map each file and a index of j, and let's say for now we want just a div with the rank and file here, and we close the div like so. We go here, we get 8087, which is correct. This is 8 and 0 or A, and this is 8, 7 or H. So now the only thing that we want to do is just convert this I to a character. We can say that string dot from char code of I, which is at first 0 and goes up to 7. I think we can add it to 95. So 95 is, I think, is lowercase a. So let's go and see if this is correct or not. No, it's 97. So I should add 97 to this one, like so. Yes, and we get from 8a to 8h, and then 7a to 7h, and so on. Okay. So let's put this inside a helper function. We might want to use it later on. So I'll go here, I will add the helper.js, and in here I would say that export so let's say this is file plus 97, and in here we only give the value of I to it. So this should work the same. No, because I didn't import it here. So get character of I. Now it should be the same, right? Now we should do some CSS stuff. Let's go to the app, and instead of this we say that this should be display grid. Place the content center. The height should be 100%. And while here, let's give it a background as well, and the background was the, I think, PG color. Yes, so we're getting the background and everything. Let's remove the margins here as well. So HTML and body. Now let's go to the board.css and say that board, we have a board here which has a tiles in it. Okay, so board for now is empty. We might add it later. The tiles should be a grid system because this is a grid of 8 by 8. So display is great, and it is 8 by 8, so the template columns, and each of them should be like the tile size that we had, like so. The same goes for the rows, and let's say that the width of this is also 800, so we would say calc 8 times this var. Yup, so we have it here. Let's open our console, and yep, we are having everything. What is this error? Yep, we need to have a key, of course. Let's go to the board here and give this a key. And the error should go away. Okay, this is now looking correct. I need to give them colors. Let's go here. We can see that this one is light, then 2 after that is light, and so on. This is index 0 and index 0. This is index 0 and 2, 0 and 4, 0 and 6. Then we have 1 and 1 here for the I and j, because here when we map, the I goes from 0 to 7, and this goes from 0 to 7 as well. So this is 1 and 1, this is 2 and 2, 3 and 3, and so forth and so on. So if we add the indexes of I and j and divide it by 2, if we get to 0, then we should say light, otherwise we should say dark. So let's go here. After this, let's give it a class name and define some class. So get class name and give I and j. This should be a function. We will define it here. So we will say that this has a base tile class, and I am looking at I plus j modulus 2. If that value is 0, then dash dash light, otherwise tile dash dash dark, like so, and it should have a space here. So when these two are added, there is a space here, and then return C. I provide the functionality here because we might like to add to this class name later on. So I need to define these two tiles here in the board.css. There is a tile which is for now empty, and there is a light which only has the background of like so, and for the other one like so, here and here and go here. Yes, we are getting the correct tile system for now. The next part, which is going to be the last part, is to have these margins or coordinates here. Okay, for that I would like to have two different components. So here in the boards I would add a bits folder to have the different bits of the board inside. Then I have a ranks.js, and it probably has some CSS file inside that. Also there is going to be a files.js and a files.css as well. Okay, then go here. Here I would say that I need the ranks, this one, the ranks, and I will give the ranks to it so that it can render it like so. And of course a files here as well after the tiles is done. So files like so, and the files Here are the files that are giving it. I need to import them, of course, so import files from and files. This should be ranks, and from ranks, and the error should go away. We get nothing because those are not returning anything. So let's say that ranks for now renders just the word ranks. And the files does the same. So we get the ranks and we get the files. The ranks should go here and the files should go here. This is getting ranks, so I will deconstruct it here, and let's say it returns a div of the class name ranks, and here we say that ranks dot map them each rank to be a span with the rank, like so. If we go here, we get to them from 8 to 1. This should be something similar for the files. And here we get from A to H. Okay, I have so it would be good to have the key for this. The key for this as file, and for the ranks.js as well. So this should be like so. And there should be no more error here, of course. And I need to place them here. So let's go to the board.css if I can find it here. Yep, and we say that the board is having a display of grid and the grid template columns. So these columns for this board should be, one should be like this much, like 25 pixels something, and the other one is this 800 ones. So we say that 0.25 times the var of tile size, like so, and for the other one it should be just 8 times that one, and you can see that it has moved to here, like so. Let's go to the ranks.css, and here we can say that ranks it should be display of flex, but it's not going to affect this. Let's go back. Yeah, I need to import it. So import CSS, and it's with a capital letter R. The same goes for the files. And this is ranks, and I should get the display flex. Okay, then I can set the directions. So let's say it is columns. So yeah, correct. I can align them, the items to be in the center, like so, and there should be a justify content as well. It's space around, and cool, I have these ones. And let's give it a color while we are here. Let's give it dark color, is fine. Okay, I can copy and paste these to ranks.css, like so, and maybe to the files.css and do some changes there. Yes. So it's starting from here, but it should start from here. So column should be 2, and the direction shouldn't be column anymore. I don't want that. It should have a height as well. So like 25 pixels. Yes. So this is correct now. Yep. Let's grab these and use it in the here, and instead of this we say that calculate the 0.5 times var of tile size, like so, and we get our system. Let's remove these ones. So let's go to the board.js here and say that we don't want these, and here is our board system just like we have it here. The only thing different is the fonts. So I'm using the fonts from Google, this font, Sophia Sans. You can use whatever font you like. Let's grab these, go to the app.css here, import it, and use it here, like so. And yeah, this should work the same. So yeah, this is our board for now. In the next video, we will add the pieces and try to move them on the board. So I hope you have enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.